Today we're going to talk about Ruckus Cloud Wi-Fi. So here's the link to get to the access page for the Ruckus Cloud Wi-Fi. And now we're going to move on to there. Okay, here we are at the Ruckus Cloud Wi-Fi login page. If you do not have a Ruckus Cloud Wi-Fi account, you can go right here and sign up for a free trial. We're going to go ahead and log in. Okay, here we are at the Ruckus Cloud Wi-Fi dashboard. You can see over here on the left, you have the dashboard, you have venues, which are your locations where your access points are being deployed at. You have APs, networks, these are your SSIDs, users, events, analytics, and administration. Up here at the top, you have a quick glance for alarms. You have the status of your venues, you have status of your access points and your clients. Just below that, you have traffic utilization and you have client count. Up here in the top right hand corner, you have a quick bar to add venues, add access points, or add networks. Over here in the middle, we have a Google Map integrated map for us to view where our venues are located. So right now we have a venue out here in Sunnyvale, California, which is right now still in its setup phase. It doesn't have any access points. And we have a location here in Mississippi that's up and working right now. So we go over here to our venues. Okay, we can see right here we have a couple venues. Pretty simple. So venues are just the locations. So if we wanted to add a new venue, we'd go up here at the top. We can say new venue. And we're going to call this location 2. And I'm just going to put it somewhere out here in the Midwest, just for the sake of our trial here. So I'm going to stick it right in the middle of Fort Sill, Oklahoma. I'm going to create a venue. This will take just a second. All right, now I have my new venue. It's location 2. It's in Fort Sill. Right now it doesn't have any networks or APs connected to it. So we can go here to access points, and we have one operational access point right now. It's pretty simple. You want to add a new access point, you go up here to the right, you click new AP. You choose a location for your AP. You can give it a name. You can name it anything you want. Description if you feel like putting that in there. The only piece from the access point you need is the serial number. And that serial number is on the box and on the bottom of the access point. But we're going to skip out of this step right now because we're going to add an access point through our mobile app here in a little while. So on our networks page, we have a couple networks. So you can go up here to new network and add another network. We're going to call this the Boom Net since we're going to apply it to our Fort Sill location. So you have several ways of setting up authentication for clients to this SSID or this network. We can do a pre-shared key, we can do remote AAA or cloud path. We can do a public setup where we do a portal or open, or we can set up as a guest network where we have managed where a sponsor would give them a key, or self sign up where they would ask for a key and it would be sent to them by SMS text or an email. So we're just going to do public right now, just so I can show you this. So public is where we allow them to sign in using Facebook or Google or LinkedIn or Twitter credentials. We're going to move to the next slide here. And then this shows us where we can pick and choose which ones we want. We can set the max number of devices for each client. We can allow them to click through without signing in if we want to give them that option. Under advanced settings, you can redirect a user. You can do MAC address caching. We're just going to go ahead and take the default settings. So here you have the ability to customize the page that the user sees. So over here on the left is all of the information that you can change, and over here on the right is a preview of what that page looks like. So we're going to change the welcome text. You can see it adds it in. You can change the logos if you want to. You can put a marketing message in here. And down here we have terms and conditions. So if you want a user to have to view terms and conditions for your website, you want them to have to click on that, you can add these terms and conditions in here. All right, so now you see we have terms and conditions that they have to click on and accept. So we're going to move on to the next step. Here we have to choose a venue, and I'm going to add this one to Fort Sill. Just turn it on. You can add these to multiple venues if you want to, if you want this SSID to show up in different places. We're going to click Next. We have a summary page. Over here on the right, you have the ability for advanced network settings, so we could hide the SSID if we wanted to. We can change the VLAN. We can set up session time limits. We can set up rate limiting. So I'm going to do per client rate limiting. I want to set their download, and I'm going to set it to 10 megabits. You can force DHCP if you want to. You can change minimum BSS rates, so client speeds for connection. You can enable band balancing and load balancing if you want to. Then we go ahead and create the network. Okay, we have our new network added. It is public. It is a self-signed portal. It's assigned to one venue, and there's our VLAN that we custom set. So continuing on, we have a users page here where you can see the different users that are connected, different clients. Here you can see we got a couple, got a Windows workstation, and we have an iPod. Under your events, you can see all of your syslog events for the cloud controller under your different venues. We have an analytics page where you can get different analytics or different metrics that you'd like to see for your different venues or clients or access points. So client traffic here shows you the different traffic for the different clients that you have. I only have a couple here, so we got a couple of different lines here. You can view this over a period of time to get some different information. Going back to analytics, you can do client fingerprinting by operating system, so you can see the different operating systems that you have. We have an iOS operating system and a Windows operating system here. You can also see traffic by access point. Right now we only have one access point, but you can see how much traffic you're getting per access point to see if you need other access points added or in your venue. We can see what applications are being utilized by your different clients. So now you can see what people are actually doing on your network to try to define whether this is legitimate or not legitimate traffic. All right, and under administration, we have account details. You can create different administrators for your cloud Wi-Fi account. You can set up to receive notifications via email or text when we have support and licensing. So now you can see we have a couple different venues, or 3 different venues. We have one out here in Sunnyvale, we have one here in Fort Sill, and we have our active one in Mississippi. So now we're going to move over to the mobile app, where we're going to add an access point and show you the mobile app. And then we'll move back to the web browser to actually view the access point that we added.
Okay, we're now going to add an access point and talk about the Ruckus Cloud Wi-Fi mobile application. So we've downloaded the mobile application onto our phone, and we're going to access that app now. Alright, here we are inside of the Ruckus mobile application. As you can see, it's somewhat similar to the web application. We have the ability to add networks, we have the ability to add access points, add guests. We see our venues here. Right now we have 2 venues, and we have 2 networks. We have 1 access point currently at the moment. You can see some of our traffic from our clients and our access points. So right now we're going to talk about adding an access point. So from the mobile application, I click on Add Access Point, and I choose the venue that I want to add this to. I'm going to pick venue number 1, or location 1. So now I can either type in the serial number of my access point, or down here at the bottom I can say scan serial number. And it'll actually bring up my camera, focus it on the serial number, and now that serial number is brought in for me. And that's all I have to do. So I click Next. It's giving me a summary page of here with my location, the serial number, and the access point name. And I'm going to hit create. And in just a minute, our access point will be added into our venue. Alright, and our access point's been added. We're going to click finish. Now down here in our APs, we have AP number 1. We have its venue as location 1, and it has one network applied to it. So right now I've actually plugged up that access point, and we're going to wait for it to come online. And when it does, we're going to see it inside of the web browser. Alright, so we're going to go in now. We're going to look at our access point number 1 that we just had, and as you can see now, that access point is up. It says all is well, shows you its IP address, its MAC address, the model number, it's an R710, its current firmware version. From this point you can also add a floor plan for that location, and when we get some clients on here, we'll actually get some traffic. So awesome, we're going to move back now to the web.
Okay, now we're back in the web browser, and we've added our new access point through the mobile app, and we saw that it came up there. And here we are right here. Here's AP number 1, and it is operational. It is getting some work done to it, but now you can see that I have that access point showing operational. We added that access point to location number 1, and now location number 1 is green. So that is the Ruckus Cloud Wi-Fi. We look forward to working with you, and thank you very much.